Morning, everybody. It's Wednesday, May 6th. It's chilly. And this morning, there's so many folks. Yesterday, it rained all day. We'd been spoiled over the weekend. It was beautiful, wasn't it? I mean, it was incredible. And yesterday, the day before, Tuesday and Monday, boy, it was just so dreary, so cold, so rainy. We got spoiled. It was great to be outside, and then all of a sudden we couldn't. It was hard for a lot of people. I talked to a lot of people who said, today stinks. I talked to a lot of people who said, I need a nap. Yeah, all of that, right? We all needed those things. And I just wanted to remind you, one, it's okay to not be okay for a little bit. What's not okay is to not reach out for some help. I also wanted to ask you too, in the midst of those, there's a dog right behind me. In the midst of those moments where, it's hard, life is not so great, where do you find your strength? It's an important question. Is it in another Netflix binge? Is it in the weather? The weather affects us, but is that where we find our strength? Is it in the financial position that we are in? Where do you find your strength? Another way of asking that is, in whom do you seek refuge? Okay, that's a really good question. In whom do you seek refuge? And I know for me, this is just personally for me, to come home and to get a hug from my daughter, because she's a pretty darn good hugger, but also just to process things through with my wife. Wow, that's good. And a lot of times I hear things that I don't want to hear, but things that I need to hear. But in the midst of those moments where we have lost strength, where do we find strength? In the midst of those moments where maybe we don't feel safe, where do we find our refuge? And I want to encourage you again to find ways and find places where we can reach out and where we can find our refuge in God. Now, this is Bandit the dog, and he's a lover. He likes to get up in laps, and he likes to chew on ears and all those kinds of things. But I wanted to invite you to find and to maybe even make a point of turning to God, who is our refuge, who is our fortress, who is our stronghold, who is the one in whom we place our trust and our hope, and the one in whom we find our joy. So, my friends, on this Wednesday, have a great and God-blessed day. Pray with me. Holy, good, and gracious God, we turn to you. For in you we find our strength, in you we find our hope, in you we find refuge. Lord, guard us, protect us, keep us, and hold us fast this day. Friends, have a great, God-blessed, beautiful Wednesday. Be very well. It's like 5 minutes later, he's still in my lap. I'm not used to a lap dog, but it is kind of fun. Hey, reminder quick too, 3:53 this afternoon. Set your alarm. Set your alarm every day this month. Be in prayer for this community. Be in prayer for those who serve this community. Be in prayer for 1 minute, for 30 seconds every day this month at 3:53 p.m. He's still here.